All right, we're going to head over to London now, where Ian Lee is standing by. You're following a number of stories for us. Ian, looks like people in Britain are a little upset. They got to look at some of the numbers, how the money was spent when it came to combating the coronavirus.
That's right. Good morning, Anne-Marie. Yeah, that first story we're leading off with today has a lot of folks here in the UK furious. Just as the pandemic hit, like many places, there was a scramble to get the necessary medical supplies. Hospitals were filling up and the death toll was skyrocketing. There was a lack of PPE, ventilators, COVID tests, and the UK government spent $22 billion over 1,000 contracts to get the supplies it needed. But a New York Times investigation found out that during this massive shopping spree, there was a VIP lane and that nearly half of the money went to companies run by friends or associates of the ruling Conservative Party, while smaller companies without friends in high places got nowhere. To make matters worse, the man in charge helping award hundreds of millions of dollars to companies. He had financial interests or personal connections. Everyone involved, though, has denied wrongdoing. Next, we are in France, where a Paris court found 14 people guilty for their involvement in the January 2015 terrorist attacks. Gunmen killed 17 people over the course of 3 days, including 10 at the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo. All 3 gunmen were killed by police. Those on trial were accused of aiding the terrorists by obtaining weapons and providing logistical support. 11 of the defendants appeared in court, while 3 were tried in absentia. 1 not in court is believed to have fled to Syria. Sentences ranged between 5 to 30 years. Next, we are in the Philippines, where the International Criminal Court says there is a, quote, reasonable basis to believe crimes against humanity were committed during the country's recent drug war. Since taking office in 2016, President Rodrigo Duterte launched a bloody crackdown. Thousands have been killed, sparking outrage by rights groups. The recent report says that crimes occurred between 2016 and 2019 and included murder, torture, and the serious infliction of physical injury and mental harm. The court will now look to see if it'll launch a formal investigation. The president's office denies any wrongdoing. Finally, we are ending in Paris with a lawsuit that's being described as too feminist. That was the response from the mayor after authorities fined her nearly $110,000 for having too many women in senior positions. It comes down to a 2013 rule that states no more than 60% of new appointments to management positions in government can go to one sex. So with 11 women and 5 men appointed, the math stands at 69%. The mayor ran on a platform of promoting women while extending services to them, including in schooling, health, and dealing with domestic abuse. Anne-Marie, the mayor mocked the decision, saying she's happy to announce that they've been fined, while also pointing out that France in general lags far behind in the promotion of women to senior positions.
I mean, I sort of don't blame her for mocking it. The fine, as I understand it, is for 2018, so it's 2 years old. That rule from 2013 has already been amended to make exceptions here and there. So it just seems like, you know, in the middle of a pandemic with so much going on, there might be other things to focus on besides a fine like this. But
exactly.
I agree. Ian Lee, thank you so much.